there's something that's going to jazz Warrior fans up. And
seeing LeBron lose?
No, I'm going to try to play this into the microphone right now. I'm going to play this right now. This happened yesterday. The Greek Freak. Hold on. Turn that decibel on. I'm going to play it straight off the phone into the mic.
Bro, please come to the Warriors. Somebody say please come to the Warriors. Hey. Hey, man.
So Giannis was doing a TikTok, and somebody asked a question. Giannis, say this when it has to join the Warriors. And he's like, joining the Warriors? Joining the Warriors. And he goes, hey, man. Look, I don't know if that's going to happen. I know it was a big deal 3 years ago. I thought it was an absolute pipe dream. I no longer think that.
Why is that?
I no longer think that. Now, do I think the Warriors are getting Giannis? No. But I don't think it's a pipe dream. I don't think it's that far-fetched.
So, I mean, there's a lot of exits in between pipe dream.
No, pipe dream is like
gonna happen.
Pipe dream is like, oh man, yeah, Giannis is gonna go to the Golden State Warriors.
All right, so
but is there a window of possibility?
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely. Do the Warriors have the assets?
A window of possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so
this
we
is
got
why
some
I think
Night
it's possible.
Stalker stuff. Don't leave those windows unlocked.
Well, they are unlocked. They're wide open, and they're wide open because Coach Bud is no longer the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. They don't have a coach right now.
Okay.
They have new ownership, Jimmy Haslam. You know, Jimmy Haslam doesn't have the best reputation in the NFL running the Cleveland Browns.
That is an understatement, but
right.
Continue.
Their core
huge
is a lot
Tennessee
older.
Volunteer donor.
So, not only that, Chris Middleton looked like a shell of himself last year.
The knee doesn't look right.
Drew Holiday getting a little older. He can't be your number two.
Says he's going to retire when his contract is over.
Brooke Lopez up there in age.
I do like Brooke, but
I like
keep going.
Brooke, but he's up there in age.
I'm with you.
Joe Ingles.
They're very old. I like Bobby Portis.
Pat Connaughton. Feels like their championship window may be sealed shut in Milwaukee. Are they really better than Boston?
I hear you.
Are they really? They could beat Miami.
Well, and I think Giannis is at the point in his career where he's won one for Milwaukee. But
so his loyalty submitted.
Well, it's not even like loyalty, but isn't it now about legacy building? Like, so like once you win the one, you've kind of shut up some of the like, you can't win one by yourself, like the BS narrative that we all like scoff at with Steph Curry. Would anyone fault him like Kevin Garnett, even though Kevin Garnett never got as far as Giannis, for leaving his situation and trying to win more?
No, nobody would. Nobody would.
I mean, I feel like Giannis is the poster boy for I tried everything I possibly could do in this small market to make it work for as long as I could. And, we just weren't good enough around me.
No. And his contract, he's already signed long-term with the Bucks, so money's not an issue for him. If you look at his contract, he's got a 5-year, $228 million deal.
To steal.
So next year, Giannis will make $45.6 million. The year after, he'll make $48 million. And in 2025-26, when he's 31 years old, he'll have a player option for $51.9 million. 52.
That's so much money.
So like,
so much money.
If we're going to have a realistic conversation about like Steph Curry and winning and all this, if there's one area that I wish Steph Curry could take a page out of LeBron James's book, it would be this. When LeBron went to the Lakers and they traded all those young players to get Anthony Davis, say what you will, and it was a weird path to get to where they are today, and I know they have the bubble ring and they won everything, so there's a validation on some level. Part of why he got Anthony Davis was so that as he started to age, you could slowly hand the baton to someone else, and that guy could not only help you win in the interim, but down the line would be your fountain of youth. If they didn't have Anthony Davis, is LeBron and the Lakers, are they where they are right now?
I don't think so.
No, I don't either. I don't think they're even close to where they are. Right? And
maybe. I mean, Brandon Ingram was a nice piece. They had some nice pieces, but I don't know.
I don't know if Brandon Ingram develops into what Brandon Ingram is now.
Maybe a different player.
But I guess where I'm going at is this is like, I would love to have, and this is why KD and Steph were awesome together, I would love to have another guy 5 or so years younger than Steph Curry, who's in their physical prime, to be able to pair him up with. And that's where I go back to, if you're asking me, Joe, what do you do this offseason? I'm trying to move heaven and earth. So where I've got Steph Curry and some legit, clear Apex 1B to go next to him.
Boy, Giannis
who
would be
eventually you can hand the baton
Right.
to and say, here you go. And if that means I got to move off of whoever on the roster outside of Steph Curry, so be it.
Here's why I think there's a possibility. If I put a percentage on it, I'd probably put it at 20-25%, and that may be too high. I do not believe if the Warriors ended up with Giannis, I'd be shocked. I'll just say that on the front end. But to say that it's not possible, I would push back on that. I would push back all the situation I cited in Milwaukee, the change, the core getting older, what are they going to do in the future? Can you attract free agents to Milwaukee? I don't think you can. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, people don't want to play there. Like that's one thing in the NBA. Players want to play in very livable situations.
I underrated that part.
You did.
You kind of been all over that, and I've really kind of like, no, I think you're right.
Players want to play in big cities.
Yeah, look where they go.
Right.
Just look where they go in
no
trades,
doubt.
and look where they go in free agency.
Exactly. So you got that situation. You have the Warriors and their assets and the assets that they have. Do they have enough assets to go get Giannis? Giannis is a generational player. But if Milwaukee's looking to reload and they get some young players, some guys they can grow with, and picks, well, guess what? The Warriors now have that.
And if you have to go through Anthony Davis and LeBron or Jokic and the Nuggets, again, I know there will be another team that'll creep up, and I would throw the Kings in that mix too because they're going to be an ascending team. I mean, God, you put Giannis. Now you have that defensive anchor simultaneously with an offensive threat that beautifully complements what you want to do.
Right. Yes, I understand Milwaukee is near Chicago. It's 90 minutes away. But you're also in the cold.
Do you know who just left Wisconsin?
Right.
His name's Aaron Rodgers.
Right. It was in Chicago. It's cold as hell.
And wouldn't you think that the Packers are a more glorious franchise, even though the town is smaller?
So
isn't the Packers a more glorious, at least in the last 40 years, a more glorious franchise than the Bucks?
No doubt. So
and Aaron Rodgers couldn't wait to leave.
But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing we're underrating about Joe Lacob.
What's that?
Joe Lacob wants stars. He's enamored with big name players.
I mean, aren't we all?
Again. I listen to the interviews, folks. Whenever Joe Lacob's come to 95.7 a game, whether it's you and I, whether it's me and Greg Papa, whether it's Steiny and Goo, whether it's the old morning show, Joe Lacob has always said, I may not have the same 4 stars on the floor, but I will have 4 stars. I will have all stars on my court. We're an entertainment business now. We're not just a basketball organization. We're an entertainment business. We're an entertainment and we're a business. And so Joe Lacob will always be seeking a big name. What did Eddie D do? Look for big names.
Always.
Jerry Buss, always looking for the next big star.
I'll give Sabian that too.
Ryan Sabian, looking for stars. Didn't always work out.
No,
but Joe Lacob loves stars. Peter Goober, he's in the movie industry. He loves big stars. So I'm saying all that when the Giannis video got sent to me and he's laughing and stuff like that, tampering. There's always been this fascination with Giannis and Stephen Curry. Even Allen Iverson one time on All the Smoke said, they were asking him about Giannis, Matt Barnes, and Stephen Jackson. And Iverson out of nowhere goes, You know I love Stephen Curry. I want to see Giannis go play with him.
Oh, God.
I want to see Giannis go play with him. So it's always been again, I'm not saying Giannis is coming to the Warriors, but I'm saying I wouldn't shut the door on it. I'm just saying there is an avenue to make a play for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
So let's walk down this line a little. Had I asked that same question last summer, after they won the championship, most people would say, no way in hell am I moving any of the big 3. It would be Wiggins is the one that's got to go. And because of his salary, the extension and stuff, he couldn't be moved. And anyway, point that I'm going at, the fact that they lost, do you think the cupboard is now open to say anything but Steph?
Absolutely. You lost for the first time in the second round. The season was clunky. One of your main stars just admitted that an incident in the preseason basically hovered over the team throughout the regular season, and this is why they built bad habits. It's because he couldn't be who he was because of what happened in the preseason. It all comes back to that. So if there's a time to make these hard decisions, there's a time to say, I want to retool here. Because if you hear the head coach say, we maxed out with this roster, what do your main players say? We maxed out with this roster. So if I'm maxed out with the roster and I'm an owner, I'm saying, where did I max out at? And then I got to start making hard decisions.
Okay, I love that we're doing this, and this is the way I'm wired, the fact that we got Kevin Durant, it still feels surreal. Are we turning into Laker fans in a sense where it's like any big name we want to link to us?
I don't like to do this.
But isn't that what the Yankees do? Isn't that what the Cowboys do?
They say they're going to get them. I'm saying the Warriors. The Warriors should now put themselves in a conversation.
No,
if Kevin Durant doesn't happen, I'm not talking about this.
Gotcha.
But since Kevin Durant happened, they fetched the biggest fish out there on the market.
But you could see where, like, let's say I'm just hypothetically, I'm a Suns fan, and I'm like, yeah, we want to get Giannis. What would Suns? You're delusional. You're not one of those teams. Aren't they kind of one of those teams now?
The Warriors are one of those teams.
Like, look at who the winningest teams are in the last 25 years.
The Warriors are one of those
sports.
Teams. The Warriors are one of those teams.
Yeah,
now.
they are, which is crazy. And they still have Steph Curry. And I think that's the number one thing is that Steph's still Steph. And if you're Steph Curry here, obviously there's loyalty to the guys that you've been around. But don't you also, like, if you really want to, like, if LeBron gets the 5th one this year, don't you think that, like, there's even more cranked up pressure? Yes.
There's an urgency.
You can't finish your career with 4.
That's an urgency. So, look, man, we're not even talking. I'm not even throwing names in a trade.
I didn't even throw names. I said the cupboard is open. That's the way I'm phrasing it.
But to say that you don't have assets to make a play, and it doesn't even have to be Giannis. But the Warriors have assets to make some moves here.
Did you read the Ramona Shelburne part about Klay Thompson? I know everyone wants to keep Klay, and I still want to keep Klay. But if the right deal presents itself, and you're a team like Milwaukee that's in transition, that's super old, and if you did do what the Brooklyn Nets did, which is called the reset button, someone like Klay Thompson isn't the worst piece in the world to receive back if you're looking for an expiring contract to open up slots.
Jordan Poole.
I mean, Kuminga, Moody. There are players, and again, you'd have to keep something, but there are things that are desirable. Andrew Wiggins, under a very team-friendly deal for a long time, has played in a small market, can be a very, very good piece. You could then also flip him or keep him or whatever.
You have future first-round picks to flip.
How many first-round picks do they have?
So you got this year's pick.
You have to stagger them, right?
Next year, you got the Warriors, let me see here. I believe that first-round pick next year goes to the Grizzlies. However, it's protected top 4. That's a little complicated. 2025, you have your first-round pick. 2026, you have a first-round pick. 2027, you have your first-round pick. 2028, you have a first-round pick. And we see teams now, the new CBA is not going to allow you to trade all these future picks, but you have some assets that could work. So that's it. That's all. I'm not saying I want Giannis. I'm just saying Joe Laco's mindset is, I want to go get stars.
Well,